After 6 months of strong hiring, U.S. employers hit the brakes in March, adding just 88,000 new jobs. Despite the disappointing numbers, the nation's unemployment rate hit a 4-year low. Yahoo Finance editor Jeff Mack says that's because the labor pool got smaller.
1/2 of 1 million Americans quit looking for jobs in March. That means they just gave up and they stopped looking. And so that's how you get the unemployment rate to look lower.
Economists say the drop in the number of people looking for work is partly due to an aging population and partly because of the growing mismatch in the skills employers need versus the skills unemployed workers bring to the table. Some studies suggest as many as 1.5% of unemployed Americans would be working today if they had better math, science, and technical skills. Economics professor Michael Hicks says that's not always a practical option for older workers.
It's very difficult if you're 52 and finding yourself unemployed from a job that you've held 30 years to go back to school, and that's the condition that I think many of America's workers find themselves in today.
After months of steady gains, the weak jobs report sent stock prices sharply lower around the world. But the slowdown should come as no surprise, says David Stockton, former director of research at the Federal Reserve, especially after Congress failed to reach a compromise last month on $85 billion in across-the-board spending cuts.
We've had a significant swing from fiscal stimulus to fiscal drag. I'm expecting, in fact, this fiscal restraint is going to show through in a weaker middle part of this year.
Analysts expect the fiscal drag from the so-called sequester to last until at least the middle part of the year, meaning job growth is likely to remain weak until the second half of 2013. Arcega, VOA News, Washington.